Okay, this is the 04 Jaguar X Type, and this is a video on how to gut out the cat and how to remove the cat. For the most part, it took me a lot of effort. I started recording on the phone, however, the phone went dead. Nonetheless, I'm going to take you through the steps that I did. So I'm going to start from the beginning, and I want you to understand that first thing you're going to do is that you're going to take off your air box. Okay, so your air box sitting in here like so. Alright, you're going to disconnect your mass airflow sensor, mass airflow hose. You're going to disconnect the mass airflow sensor. You're going to remove the box. Alright, I take the screws out up top. It's pretty much like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws that are on top holding this together. We're going to move this guy out of the way. We're going to set him on the side. The next thing that you're going to move is that you're going to remove this out of the way. This comes through here like so. It sticks out like so. So I loosened these bolts up, moved this guy out of the way, and I pushed this back through the front portion of the vehicle. I don't know why my video is zoomed in, but I can't straighten it out at this time. So I took this off. We're going to set all the stuff on the side. Okay, you're going to get all that stuff out of your way. Don't forget, we're going to remove this here. Okay, we're going to take these lines, which these lines were, these are your coil pack lines. These lines are connected right here. Disconnect the coil pack lines. Okay, you're going to unclip this little piece right here, which actually holds the line in place. So I'm just going to put it back in place so you see what it looks like. Alright, so it holds it in place like that. And you're going to disconnect this. Okay? You're going to pull these lines out. And you're going to take both of these lines like so. You're going to take both of these lines. You're going to push them over this PVC hose line here. And you're going to take this and actually hold these lines out of your way. You can leave all your coil packs in place. You don't have to mess with your coil packs. Okay? And as you see, I'm working back because my video went dead on me earlier. So what you're looking at now is the 3 holes that actually hold your catalytic converter in place. This hose here, what you're looking at is the hose that actually housed the O2 sensor. All right, your O2 sensor goes there. You're going to take a 7/8 wrench. You're going to take a 7/8. Where is it? You're going to take your 7/8 wrench and you're going to stick it right on top. Okay? Take your 7/8 wrench, stick it on there. You're going to break it loose. Okay? Once you break that loose, you're able to come back over here, trace it to where it is. Actually, I didn't disconnect it from here. I just went on and disconnected it. Unscrewed it with my hand and disconnected it from here. Okay, we're going to take this and we're going to move this out of the way. Alright, this here is your coolant fluid line hose. Okay, we're going to remove this hose completely out of the way, and it runs all the way up. Like I said, I don't know why this camera's on zoom, but I have no idea. It won't reset itself. So we're going to run all the way up. We're going to loosen it up from here. And then we're going to take this retaining clip, which is pretty much just a little retaining clip. It's pretty much around this groove right here. And we're going to pull it out of the way. And that allows you to turn this hose here, completely removing it out of your way, as so. We're going to set this stuff up here so it's out of the way. Okay, and then what I should have done was, you get under the car here, and I'm going to tell you something. Whatever you do, do not loosen up your bolts from up top first. Loosen your bolts from down here first. Okay? Loosen these bolts up down here first, because you want some stability. This whole pipe should just drop down. However, I end up getting lucky, but I broke the screw off, as you can see. I broke the bolt off inside there, and we'll send it to machine shop and they'll get that out of there. But however, I was able to drop the catalytic converter by just wiggling it around. I dropped the whole catalytic converter out the bottom. Okay, so here goes your bottom. This is your drop shot. Then we have 3 bolts. This bolt here is pretty much like a slip-on bolt. All right. The side of the cat just slips right in the groove right on the side. So this one doesn't have to come off. This bolt here is a direct fit. Okay, so you got to completely remove this bolt, and you're going to have to completely remove this bolt. This bolt here, these were 10 millimeter, and this was a 15 millimeter bolt on this particular car. I do not know why. That hole that you're looking at up top in there is where your O2 sensor, the tip of the O2 sensor comes through. Okay, so I didn't have to take off the manifold, which is I'm very glad I didn't have to do that. When I did this job at the junkyard, I had to take the complete manifold off, but I had better access because this whole front end of the vehicle was completely off. So we're gonna go back down here, and I used a torch. I used a torch to heat this up really good and wiggle it until it dropped down freely. Okay, and I put the torch on here. Heat this up really good. Heat this up real good. Okay? And then you're able to wiggle this thing out of place, and you're able to actually disconnect your catalytic converter from here. Now this has a bolt on the other side. This has a bolt, and it's right here. Like I said, this stupid thing is on Zoom. I do not know why, but there's a bolt on the back. We want to make sure we loosen that up, and we're gonna loosen that bolt up, and we're gonna open this tension pin here. I'm going to open that up until it flexes, like so. Okay? And then once that is done, you are actually able to, let's turn you around a little bit.